Hello and welcome. You're watching NewsX with me, Devika Chopra. We begin with some breaking news coming in. Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has spoken to his U.S. counterpart Peter Hegseth, as confirmed by the Defence Ministry officials. The Defence Minister has made a statement on X that Pete Hegseth expressed his deepest sympathies for the tragic loss of innocent civilians in the dastardly terror attack in Pahalgam, Jammu and Kashmir. Hegseth reiterated the strong support of the U.S. government in India's fight against terrorism and has in fact backed India's decisions, whatever it may be. I will come to my colleague Ajay Jandal in just a moment, but we also have with us Major Sudhakarji with us on the broadcast. Major Sudhakarji, important developments taking place as both India and Pakistan engage in diplomatic conversations with countries across the world. We've seen that our foreign minister and the Pakistani foreign minister, as well as the Pakistani prime minister, have spoken to Marco Rubio earlier today, and the US has reiterated that India and Pakistan must dial down the escalation. But at the same time, we've got a pretty positive response from the US Defense Secretary, wherein he said that the US does believe that India has the right to respond. How do you view these developments?
Yeah, Devika, good afternoon. I'm actually got connected from Greece. I'm in Athens, and all I would say is that today USA is not able to bring ceasefire in two conflicts which are in progress. One is the Central Europe and Ukraine, that Russia. The other one is the Middle East. And much against what Donald Trump had actually committed to his constituency at the time of campaigning and elections. Somehow the things are not going the way we all expected. Hopefully, in foreseeable future, both the conflicts should come to a reasonable end. Today, the world, after having gone through pandemic, two conflicts, disruption in supply chain, price rise in food, fuel, and fertilizer, and the host of other concomitant kind of issues related to security and stability of the geopolitics and global order. I personally feel, this is my take, Donald Trump and his dispensation will not want India and Pakistan to go in for a conflict. That is one part. Second part, let me kill the issue here itself. Neither a war is in the interest of Pakistan nor it is in interest of India. But having said that, does it mean that killing of 26 unarmed civilians who were on a tourist spot, is that to be accepted by India? Certainly not. So all that I would say that while there may be pressure from international pressure to dial down and to see some kind of a dialogue through which the process of investigation can be carried out, for which US is committed to put pressure on Pakistan to support. But again, it is going to assume the same profile and status as that of preceding events and incidents that have occurred, whether it is 1993 Mumbai attack, or you talk about the 26/11 Taj attack, or thereafter Samjhota, most of it, number of parliament attack, Pathankot attack, there are so many of them. Pakistan has not been responding to any of the dossiers, any of the investigations that have been ordered and under progress, or they're in suspended animation, uh, towards a productive conclusion of all these investigations. And even if the investigations are done and to finality, the takeaway when it comes to handing over the people or subjecting them to judiciary kind of scrutiny and judicial process of taking these things up to a conclusive end, that is actually not being supported by Pakistan. And it's further, Pakistan is supported by China. China is a P5 member. So therefore, under the circumstances, my take on the whole issue is, while we may go soft for the time being, there are non-kinetic and kinetic component of any conflict. Non-kinetic, the Indus water suspension has already made a resounding success it will bring Pakistan to knees. More than 81% people are dependent on the agriculture in Pakistan, particularly Punjab area. And if the water flow is made unpredictable, that itself is good enough. Similar things taking Pakistan to FATF or prevailing upon America to slow down or withhold the sanctioned amount, 25th bailout of IMF, which is around $7 billion sanctioned last September 2024, or the sanctioned amount of 400 odd million dollars for the upkeep and maintenance of F-16. All this money should be withheld. And Pakistan must be brought on the knees by virtue of a non-kinetic component by going in for collaboration with the OIC. India must extend its diplomatic skill and take the OIC onto its side, bring pressure on Pakistan and isolate. So as the issue of Iran and Afghanistan, take them to our side and also have direct connect with the Balochi Liberation Army. There is no harm if Pakistan can kill our innocent people. There is no harm in India extending its supportive hand of moral and material support to Balochi Liberation Army, so as the case of Tehreek Taliban Pakistan and Taliban of Afghanistan. You see, there is a old saying of everything is fair in love and war. So, if that be the concept which Pakistan is following, then why should India hesitate? Let it be non-kinetic component. When it comes to the kinetic component, the armed forces have been given a free hand, as in the past. So there is nothing new about it. And the hot pursuit must be carried out. The armed forces, particularly army, should be allowed to go across the border and carry out operations, surgical operations, and come back. This is not going to be one of its kind, let's say Balakot. Only one Balakot is not good enough. It has to be over a protracted period of time to put pressure on Pakistan so that it thinks twice before launching a kind of a Pahalgam carnage which we had on 22nd April. Last but not the least, when it comes to when the balloon goes up, when the conflict is on, nobody is going to support India. It is our cause, it is our objective, it is our philosophy, it is our principle to look after and ensure safety and security of our countrymen. America is not going to come to our rescue. These are all
Okay.
basically rhetorics. They are diplomatic kind of communications which are
Yes.
not going to stand in any good state to India. Therefore, India has to take a final call. Let there be a long-term conflict against Pakistan, and it has to be systematically orchestrated in a sectorized form. All facets of the warfare has to be touched in a calibrated manner so as not to escalate it beyond a level which will put India in a back burner as far as its objective of 30 trillion US dollar economy is concerned. Back